Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. We are just over an hour into the UK session, and this is the kickoff of my new series that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a roughly 1 hour trading session every week, every day. This will be live trading on my real account, not demo trading. And the goal of this will be to just teach you guys some strategies and the proper way of trading. None of these get rich quick stuff that people so love to advertise doesn't exist. It's not sustainable. I'm going to show you guys strategies and some habits. Get a sense of how often you should trade and how we'll just look over a few habits, and hopefully that will help you guys. Excuse me. So I'm going to be posting videos daily. If you guys have a question regarding anything you see in a video, leave a comment and I'll answer it in the next video. These streams are pre-recorded though. I'm not going to be doing live sessions, but you guys can catch me live weekly on the Pocket Option platform. That's their YouTube channel at Pocket Option. We're doing live sessions there where you guys can watch and ask questions while we're trading. We're discussing different topics every week, and yeah, all educational. So without any further ado, let's get to the charts and see what's happening. Okay. Those of you that's known me for more than 5 minutes, you will see that I'm on a different platform than, we've got a divergence trade building here. I'm on a different platform than I used to be. There's a few reasons for that. One reason being the expiration times for options. This is 1 minute. Mine's currently set to 1 minute, but I can change it to whatever I feel like, and I can customize it. But more importantly, it's 1 minute from the time I click to enter a trade. So if I were to take a trade right this moment, it will be a 1 minute trade. You guys will see that when we take our first trade. So 1 minute expiries flat, no 45-second trades or 1.5 minute trades. It's 1 minute from the time I choose to take my trade. The second reason I switched is because I get basically instant executions. I do not have any lag on this platform. When I click, my trades execute, and we all know that some brokers actually have delays on their platforms, and those seconds actually count when you do option trading, especially if you do quick trades. This looks like it might push down. So as we're going along, I'll be explaining to you guys what I have on my charts. I'll be explaining my strategies, and every trade I do, I'll explain why. This looks like it's gonna drop. Let's just confirm that. I'll be explaining why I take them and so forth. These videos will also not be edited. It will be one straight session. So there's no cutting out losing trades and stuff like that. We're going to be doing a one continuous recording. This does look like it's going to come down. Okay, so I took a sell there because I have some faint bearish divergence. And as you guys can see, it's 1 minute. It's a 1 minute trade from the time I actually clicked. And I don't know if you noticed, but my trade executed instantaneously. So we're going to wait this out. Might actually be a bit too early, but it did have some faint divergence on both the stochastic and the RSI. A little worrying is the ADX that's coming up. It shows me there's a little bit of momentum behind this upward move, but I do trust the divergence, and we'll see how this goes. Let's just wait for this to finish. Looking good. Could actually also argue if we do get a sharp move down to this area here, and I do get a decent DI spike. It could be a buy signal, but for now we'll just see what happens. That's a good trade. Okay, so I'm hitting this, but my DI isn't quite high. It's only 34-ish, 34-ish, 36-ish. So what this tells me is that there is potential for it to actually come down to this. The moving averages I have on my chart are 50, 100, and 200 simple moving averages. These are the classical moving averages. I use them as dynamic support and resistance, and that's it. As for the indicators, I've got the ADX, I've got the stochastic, and I've got the RSI. The stochastic and the RSI I use for spotting divergence in the charts. Nothing else. I don't trade oversold or overbought levels. Personally, I think those are at the best, very weak strategies. So I do not take into account at all what the levels, excuse me, I don't take into account at all what the levels of the RSI is. I simply look for I look for divergence on the highs and lows of the two indicators. Like I said earlier, if this does come down, what we had is price did come down to this 200 moving average, but it didn't come down straight and strong. So we have a flattish DI there, and my ADX is picking up. So this is not something I'll put in. I'll take a buy trade here. I would have liked to see a drop like this, just continue straight down to here. If that did happen, I would have had a very, very high DI spike here, and then I would have taken a trade somewhere on the moving average here. But as it is, this is not something I'll take a trade with. So we're gonna sit and we're just going to watch the charts. We are not going to rush entries. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to take good setups that are in accordance with my strategy that I have. I'm going to look for entries, and we're just going to look for the good ones. I've seen so many people in the past with actually decent strategies, but they feel that if they're sitting for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and they're not doing something, they're doing something wrong. And it's the opposite. Sometimes the market will give you 10 trades in an hour, and you guys will see this as as we go every day. You guys will see sometimes we might get one trade in an hour. Some days even maybe no setups. It happens. Other days we will get 10 trades an hour maybe. And we need to differentiate, or we need to identify, is the market working for my strategy that I've got at the moment? If it is, I'm trading. If it's not, there are days where I will come and sit down in front of my charts, usually around the UK Open. I'll come and I'll sit down and I'll start watching the market, and I'll see that for me it's chaos. It's not working with any of my core strategies. And after half an hour, if I don't get entries, or if I see the entries are if I don't get entries or chaotic entries, or not proper setups, I'll just close my platform. I'll go do something else for an hour or two, and then I'll come back. We need to remember that the market cycles. So today your strategy will be performing brilliantly, and tomorrow it won't. Or next couple of hours your strategy will be performing well, but in a few hours it won't. And you need to identify that whatever your strategy is that you're using, you need to identify the times that's good for trading. So this is something that a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, for example, that shows you a 5-minute clip and use this strategy, and you can sit down and anytime and make money. And those are not sustainable. They don't work. In the long run, they will only cost you money. And that's why I'm making these videos. I'm going to try and show you guys what I'm trading, how I'm trading, um, what I'm looking for, and also how often I am trading, to so that people can understand that we simply cannot say I'm going to sit down 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock every day and I'm going to be trading and I know I'm going to make so much money or I know I'm going to get so many trades. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, let's I'm going to stop blabbering now and we're just going to look for entries. We're going to look for setups, see what we can find, and hopefully it's a good day and we get a few trades in. But we are reliant on the market and we have to take what she gives us. And there's nothing else to do about that. So while we're waiting, guys, if you want to give this platform a go, I'll leave a link in the description. You can follow it, open a demo account, it's free. See how it goes. I highly suggest you guys give it a try. They are, as far as execution goes, it's better than anything I've traded on for the last few years. So it's instant execution, and I've got my 1 minute expiry. Also, what might help a few of you is that these guys do have deposit bonuses still. So you can also watch the weekly streams that I do on Pocket Options channel. We have every week we've got a code that's valid for a few days, where you get additional deposits bonuses. What's also nice about this platform is they have a market. I'm not going to go into it. You guys can check it out, but they have a market where you can actually even get cash back. So they've got a brilliant setup. And but like I said, the most important thing for me is instant execution. There's no delays in my trades, which is super important. If I have delays, I lose money. I can't take a if, for example, where's a good? Let's just. Okay, so if let's say I saw it, I had an entry on this big candle here, and I tried to take it at the top there, but I had a delay, and my entry came down low, came in here or something. After a minute, I would have actually, if I didn't get in high where I wanted, I would have lost the trade. So that's the difference that a delay makes. Okay, we've got its little stochastic jump here. We've got a very strong ADX though, so the ADX is pushing upwards. It shows me there's momentum behind this move. There's strength in the trend. So I'm just going to be patient and see if I do get a turn. We've got the moving averages crossing. So the 50 already crossed both the 100 and the 200. The 100 is about to cross the 200. But what happens often is that we'll get a retest of the support that is now resistance. Okay, so this was support while price was moving above it. Breaking through, it becomes resistance. So we're just going to wait and see if I get a decent divergence setup. Although I think I missed. This wasn't such a good setup for me because of this ADX. But what we could see is hidden bullish divergence form maybe, or we could maybe see okay, I don't think we're going to see a spike anymore. If we see a very, very hard spike towards this area here, and I get a very sharp DI plus spike, the green line on the ADX is the DI plus, red is DI minus. So if I get a decent DI plus spike, okay, but that's definitely not going to happen. We are moving downwards, but we might get a decent divergence setup forming. Or not. Nope, it's gone. And this is how it goes. Guys, we can't force our trades. We can't rush. We wait for setups. And that's it. I'm also I just need to make a distinction clear that I'm not predicting what the market is doing. I know some areas where some kinds of movement is likely to happen. So I plan my trades I try to plan my entries according to what I think might happen. This does not mean that I actually commit to the trade. I just know that if price is moving like this, for example, I know that we're gonna have like pushbacks, small corrections like this, and I know that, for example, right now the last peak we had, the higher low, the lower high we had the stochastic roughly around the mid-range area and also the RSI. So I know that if price now pushes up to somewhere here, and my stochastic makes a massive or makes a high, it's the higher than area higher than this area here, and same for the RSI. I know that's going to be hidden bullish bearish divergence, and I'll take the trade. So that's one of the things that might happen, but I'm not committing to the trade. I will have to wait for the setup to see what's actually gonna happen. For all I know, it might just continue dropping. So when I say we could see this, we could see this, understand that I'm not trying to predict what's gonna happen. I'm just trying to have what's the word I'm looking for? Possible setups that I can plan according to, so I don't get off guard when it actually does happen, and so that I can execute my trades quickly. That's the only reason I do try to actively stay ahead and see setups before they happen. But it does not mean I will take them necessarily. Um, let's use this example for while we're at it. So here's what's busy happening, what I just explained. But if this doesn't form proper divergence, I'm not going to take it just because I thought, oh, it's going to come up and so it should come down again. I will wait for for divergence to form first. So currently, this is hidden bullish bearish divergence. We've got a high here, a lower high here. Just need to wait and see what happens, if it does form or not. My stochastic is crossing, so probably at the on the next candle, I'll take a sell. I've got the ADX coming down. Oh, I'm a bit late on that one. So we've got the ADX coming down, which does show me that there is the trend is slowing down a bit. I really took this trade too late, but it's okay. We'll see what happens. So it's definitely confirmed hidden bearish, but this also happens, which is good. I think I really want you guys to see that we cannot win all our trades. We will have losing trades, and it's part of trading. What we're not going to do, though, is take bigger trades on the next expiry, or take sell trades now, because I thought this was a sell. This was a valid setup according to my strategy, but it's a losing trade. So I'm not going to double down on a losing trade, meaning I'm not going to take another trade here. For all I know, this is the reversal of the downward trend, and it's going to reverse, and I'll go up to could go anywhere. And I'll have to wait for my next entry on my strategy, and then I'll take that entry. And I'm going to stick with my trade size for today. I'm not going to take bigger trades or smaller trades to try and recover what I've lost. It was a losing trade. It's gone, and there will be more. We do have a nice trend line area coming out. Let's delete all this. We do have let's make this a bit thicker. Valid-ish. Let's delete that. Is this a valid channel? Not really. Did get a bit distracted. We had some Eden bullish divergence. Yeah, could have been a buy trade. My previous low, higher low was the dips were quite high, and then we had this retrace of this indicator coming down back down. This would have been a good trade. We've got the DI spike, but now this is like kind of a no man's land for me. So we're gonna wait. Probably price is probably gonna come down. Let's see if we can get another trade as well. I can't remember if I mentioned it, but I'm not going to cut these videos. It's going to be a continuous video every day. So we're going to sit through the winners, we're going to sit through the losers. And this does mean that we're going to have some periods where I'm not going to be talking too much. But like I said, I will explain everything, every trade I take. I will explain why I'm taking it and such. But for the most part, I'm just going to sit and relax and see if we can spot some entries. So at the moment we've been at it. This video is now 22 minutes long. So we've had 2 trades that I've taken. Missed one. That was probably not a good setup anyway. So we're running about 1 trade every 10 minutes at the moment, which is not bad. And we're going to see if we can continue this rate, and then we should get in about 4 more trades. But we may get 10, we may get none. Just gotta wait and see. Got price coming hard, down hard now. It's hitting this level here with a decent, DI is quite high compared to the ADX itself. No sign of any divergence. We could see a bit of a retracement here. Let's see if it breaks or fails to break. Although my ADX is picking up now. ADX is picking up quite a bit, so we might actually continue down. Because we are in a solid downtrend for the last half an hour or so. Price has been dropping quite consistently. We had this little correction here, but it's still coming down. So odds wise, it will be best to look for sell trades at the moment, because we like to follow the market. Like I said earlier, it's impossible to predict, but it's fairly easy to just follow what's happening, which is one of the reasons I like divergence so much. Because it shows you something that is happening. It's something that I can follow. It's not a prediction of something that will happen. Okay, we've got our indicators nice and low. So one of 2 things is going to happen now. No, one of 2 possible scenarios that might happen now is I could get a pushback to this area here now. And while this happens, I could have my RSI make a new high and my stochastic also make a new high. That would signal that will be hidden bearish, and that will signal a sell trade for me. I could have a very sharp spike up, which would also be a sell for me. Alternatively, we could see price come up and come down a bit back to this area here, form bullish divergence, normal bullish, and then signal that we can actually do a buy. But here's the push. We've got the ADX coming up really sharp, the DI plus coming up really sharp. I do like this area. Let's just see what happens. This is a very nice push. We're on 44 already on the DI plus, which is an area where I would like to be. So these are the kind of trades that I actually like to take. I've got a very nice DI spike, and price is on the moving averages here. So the moving averages here serves as resistance for me. And coincidentally, we also have some hidden bullish divergence. So we've got from this high, between these two recent highs, we've got a lower high here, but my indicator here made a much higher high than this area here. So we've got hidden bullish, and this is a beautiful example of the way I plan trades. Look for possible stuff that could happen, and if this happens, that's, plan my trades accordingly and execute. So this is exactly the stuff I'm looking for the whole day, or when I'm trading. There we go. That's a good trade. And yeah, we're still sticking to one every 10 minutes. So I'm just to be clear, I'm not targeting one trade every 10 minutes. I think targets are a terrible idea for a trader to have, because we tend to chase targets. I'm not chasing any targets. If I don't get another entry for the next 40 minutes, I'm fine with it. If I get 10 entries, I'm fine with it. I take what the market gives me, but I'm not going to chase targets. I've seen people trade consistently, and then at the end of the day, they are close to target, just need one or two trades to make target, and they start looking for trades and they start forcing trades, and before you know it, they've lost all their profits for the day and they start going into negatives. If the market only gives you one trade for your strategy, take it, be happy. If it gives you 10, take it and be happy. But do not force trades. It doesn't end well ever. Don't force your trades, stick to your strategy, wait for good setups, and that's it. And that's the only way you can actually be consistent. And it's not going to be a trade every 2 or 3 minutes. We are currently I'm running one every 10 minutes, and that's a lot for me at the moment. This is like on the top, upper side of my trading frequency. It's very seldom I'll get more trades from the market. I have to wait for entries. This is also the reason I'm trading 10 seconds, 10-second charts, because I can still use divergence and I can catch the hollow moves, the ADX spikes and stuff. But I'm getting more entries than I would watching a 1-minute chart. And if I'm trading 1-minute charts, I'll be looking at 5-minute expiries. So the reason I'm trading 10 seconds is I'm just getting more entries during the day, but it just doesn't change my trading style. I still have to wait for my entries. I still wait for the good setups. I do not force trades, and I accept if today is a bad day and the market doesn't want to give me any entries or doesn't want to give me trades, I'll fire up a game or something, go visit a friend, do whatever I need to do. But you have to be patient. You have to sit and wait. I have the discipline to sit and wait and recognize when the market is good for you and when it's not good for your strategy, and then just step away. I would much rather do 2 or 3 trades and they win and have a decent win rate than do 10 trades with a poor win rate. So we're coming down still. We did not have any divergence on this peak here, these two last peaks. What we could see now is a sharp drop and then bullish divergence form. Price has made a new low, so that's confirmed. What I would like to see is my stochastic turning up before hitting here. We might see that. There's a decent DI spike. Okay, so this trade will not make divergence anymore. It's just voided. So it cannot make divergence anymore. This is a really strong push. I'm not going to put this in reverse. I'm not going to take a buy here. Even though the DI is climbing this much, my ADX is starting to come up really strong. I've got no confirmation from divergence or anything. The only thing I can plan now is maybe get let me draw this in. That's label enough. So I might get, I'm just drawing in this last low. I might get hidden bearish divergence if price does come back. What's probably going to happen is that it will start pushing back and hit this area when the moving averages also hit. If I do get hidden bearish divergence forming now, I'll take that. That'll be a sell trade, so I'll take that for I'll take that trade. But this move here, although the ADX, the DI was coming up, it was my other indies didn't indicate to me that it's that it's sharp movement. In fact, the yeah, and the ADX was picking up, so there's a strong push. But I know not likely. What can happen now is that this correction might actually be a strong correction. So come back to this area here, and if it does, if it does, and I have divergence. Excuse me. If I have divergence, I'll take a sell trade. But it doesn't mean it will happen. It's just one of the scenarios that might play out. I might also get a very sharp DI spike. Price could push through to this area here. So tap the 100. If it does, we've got, let me, oh, there. So suppose it does push back. We've got this area here, which will, if it does push back, this will go, oh, there was the hidden divergence. There's the hidden divergence. So lower high on price. I'm going to take this. Lower high on price, higher high on indicator. So anyway, so I'm consistently just trying to identify areas before price hits, well, before price gets to those areas. I'm just not trying to identify areas where I could possibly get trade setups. But I wait for those setups. I don't just take them blindly. Come. Time to come down. Nope. Man, we're at this line now. DI spike? Not really. We might get divergence again. Normal divergence. I really thought this would play out. Okay, let's see. So this area is still in play. This area is still in play. Sometimes the divergent, your trades will just miss and then work. This is beginning to look like a day that, a time that I should maybe not be trading. Let's see if this turns up. It's currently hidden, hidden bullish, but I think it's going to void. It should actually void. It should push down. Wait. That's the name of the game. Patience and discipline. Okay, so we're hitting the recent low area, but it's not a decent DI spike there. So I'm not gonna look for a potential trade. My ADX is starting to climb again, so it tells me that there's momentum building. The strength is the trend is strengthening. So we're still in a downwards movement overall, and I'm still going to be looking mainly for sell trades. Another thing to look out for. So technically we have divergence here, but this is not normal RSI movement. So I wouldn't count that as a point for divergence. Again, I'd like to see the price come up, hit this area here, give me some hidden divergence, and then I'll just take the trade again. Or alternatively, hit it with a very good DI plus spike. That would be ideal. Okay, so we've got the RSI potentially forming hidden divergence. No, turns down. I was going to say it looks like it might push up. So I was thinking price might actually come up to the 100 moving average. And then if that did happen, the RSI would have likely made a new high, and we could have had a divergence signal there. Obviously didn't form, so we're not going to waste any more time thinking about that. Just going to look for new setups. Okay, so likely what's going to happen is I would have loved to see price just come a little lower, because it looks like we're going to have like a little, I call this a stochastic jump. Where did we have another example earlier? I kind of like these. No, not that. Hang on. I'll find an example. Oh, there. Not that. I'll look for an example just now. Let's just see if this plays out. No, it's not gonna. There was an example earlier. trade that I took, if I remember correctly, it was a buy trade. Wasn't that time? It was 9. Kind of like those. Where it flatlines and then it just makes a little jump. But it is still divergence. I like taking those trades. We'll auto scroll back. So no divergence here at all still. We don't have any decent ADX DI movement, and price is still continuing downwards. I would like to get just 2 more trades. We're heading to 45 minutes now on this video. Ooh, this. Don't go much. If it doesn't go much higher, I should get a divergence trade. Bearish divergence. I should probably missed it now. Think I did. It's too late to get in now. Came close to a bullish divergence setup also. You can see the ADX dropping really low now, which tells me that not necessarily that the trend is going to turn now, but that the strength, it's slowing down for the moment. So at the moment it's slowing down, and this could be an area where it changes, but it doesn't mean it is. We got to look for it's got to wait and see if it what happens. And usually the market will tell you what she's about to do. You just need to keep an eye out and identify the signals. Another reason why I love divergence so much. Very, very low ADX now. Below 10. And the DI lines are basically flatlining as well. Which means we will likely get a spike in in a direction. No way to tell which one though. But we're likely going to see it rest a bit, price is going to rest a bit, and then move again quite strongly. It's probably going to be down because we've been in a downtrend for the last hour or so. But it doesn't mean it will be down. It could go either way. There's no way of telling. But when it's resting like this, when it's flatlining and the moves are slowing down, usually means we've got a fairly big push coming. What's the time? There's no data out or on the way, so this is just market movement. But this area here is basically on. I mean, I don't even bother looking for trades. There's no way of telling what's going to happen, what even might happen. The only thing that can happen now is price moving strongly in one direction. That's the only thing. There's no divergence going to form here. There's nothing's going to happen here. And this is now for more than 2 minutes. It's been very small candles. So we would, on the 1 minute chart, we would have had like fairly decent sized candles running, and now two small, very small candles, probably three. Let's switch to 1 minute and actually see. It's flatlining. We got two small candles there. And this whole area here is flattish. But we're not going to take trades here at all. We're going to wait for the market to pick a direction. And then we're going to see if we can pick up some divergence trades or DI spikes. But this, no. Now, you want to say this is coin flip area. Because you might as well flip a coin if you want to take a trade here. I would love to get just one or two more trades though. Before we stop this, we end this session. Okay, so we do have technically have hidden bullish, but it just voided with this drop. Oh, the movement sucks right now. This is where we should get up, go make some coffee, make a sandwich, phone a friend, do something. If you can't sit and wait for entries, and if you don't have the discipline to sit through these kinds of periods, just get up and go do something else. will start moving. Will definitely start moving in the next few minutes. Market will pick a direction. It always does. We just don't know which direction. But once it does, we'll look for trades again. We'll look for some entries. Just gotta pick a direction. Okay, so it looks like the direction is down, and we'll see what she gives us. So although we've got a massive DI spike here, the ADX is coming up real strong. So I won't take buys. I won't even consider taking buys here. What I would like now is a retrace to this area, and then we can we'll probably have a retrace to retest this area. So we'll likely, it's possible we'll see price come up to here and then drop further, because if it in the next two candles, that should be the same as the 50 moving the 50 moving average. This is basically the same level. So we're going to see now if we have a drop or a push. And it looks like a push. But we don't have any valid entries at the moment. We do not have divergence. We do not have a decent DI spike. So there's no trade for us. Although I suspect it's going to come down from here. I suspect this is a retrace. But like I said, it's impossible to predict. I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to take a trade here because I don't have a valid entry. And I would have been wrong if I did take a trade here just because I thought this might happen. It would have been wrong, and that would have cost me money. We're not going to do that. We're just going to sit and wait for valid setups. And no divergence. No trade. Okay, we're moving towards an hour now. I don't really want to make these videos longer than an hour. But we do have a few minutes left. So let's see if we do get a trade. If we do, awesome. If we don't, I'll end the video though. And it's only 11:30 for me now, so I'm obviously not done for the day. But yeah, I think we're going to keep these videos to 1 hour, so we get a consistent period of trading every day. Wasn't too hot, too brilliant trading at the this morning. So at the moment we're a little bit down. $40 down. I had 2 trades, 2 winning trades, 2 losing trades, so that's 50% win rate, which is horrible. But you also can't calculate win rate on 3 or 4 trades or 5 trades. So yeah, it wasn't too good. I would love to get another decent entry. But either way, I'm gonna 5 minutes left. Let's see if we get something in 5 minutes, and then we'll end for the day, and then I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, please, if there's something that's unclear, if there's something you want to know about, Any questions, just drop a comment, and I'll answer that. I'll read them and I'll answer them in upcoming videos. So either today or tomorrow or the day after, I will answer those videos, the questions. Any questions from today's video. Also, if you're watching this in a week's time, I'm not going to be reading comments anymore. So I'm only going to read the last day or two. Every time I make a video, I'll read the previous 2 days' comments and see if there's some that I haven't answered yet. But that's it. So don't leave a comment on a very old video. I will definitely not be answering, checking the comments for every video in perpetuity. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna get a decent entry. Maybe a DI spike here. Strong push upwards towards this area. More specifically, that area, that price level, 622-ish. No. Roughly. Might get some divergence, might get a stochastic jump, that little jumps from the stock here. Maybe. For that, price needs to come down to roughly there. And the stochastic needs to not. But it's not happening either. Are we getting a DI spike? Looks like. I would like to see some more. Stronger push first. More. So now it's going to turn. It's a crappy DI spike. No divergence. But it's turning back. No clear entry, so no trade. Coming down hard. Get a decent DI spike along with divergence setup, the bullish divergence setup might be worth taking. But no. Okay, it's been an hour. We'll call this a day. We'll see tomorrow what happens. Like I said, not ideal examples today. Didn't go so well. It'll pick up a bit, pretty sure, but for now, we're gonna call it here. Like I said, I don't really want these videos to be longer than an hour, because it's gonna take away from my trading time as well. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was at least a bit educational. I hope a couple of you picked up some concepts at least, or something helpful. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And that's it from me. Keep well.